You start with redshirt senior Austin Blaske, arguably the best offensive lineman that Carolina had last year, graded out with a 65.1 run block grade, an 84.5 pass block grade, and a 69.5 overall grade, according to PFF, while playing 780 snaps. He did not allow a sack and allowed just 5 quarterback pressures out of the center position at this past year. Now the question is where exactly is he going to play? He played a lot of right guard in the spring, and it looks like he's playing a lot of right guard here in the fall, based off of the group that was out there on the first day of fall practice. Now, who knows if that's the case moving forward, if they really are sticking with Christo Kelly there. But the fact that Christo Kelly has been talking to the media, they've given him that responsibility, and he was one of the first guys to do that, I think shows that he has gained the trust of this staff. So this is going to be a move for Carolina. He's taking over the spot of the guy who was the best offensive lineman a year ago for Carolina. He is the best returning offensive lineman this year. But he's taking over for Willie Lampkin at right guard, it would appear. And I'll be interested to see how that move works for him. But I still think he is a really solid piece for Carolina along this offensive front.
He's the guy that you feel the best about because of what he did last year and what you can expect. If he puts up the same similar numbers in terms of, limiting pressures, hurries, maybe grades out a little bit better in the pass pro, but again, all that stuff is subjective. But in terms of just the limiting of pressure on the quarterback, if that's there, you'll feel really pleased with that. No questions asked. And I do think that, this is a move where, because what he did last year was at center, now he moved over to right guard. This is where I guess you got to trust Belichick and what that offense, what the staff has seen, what they've scouted. In terms of why they're making the move. We were really big fans of Willie Lampkin. Maybe they just looked at it, and when they evaluated the film, they just, would maybe like to have a bigger person play at right guard because Lampkin is a smaller offensive lineman. I don't know, but I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt because, even though he has yet to coach a game in college, I do think Bill Belichick does kind of warrant that kind of credibility. So, Blaske's the guy you feel the best about, just because of what you've seen him do so far at Carolina. And if he replicates that same production, I think we'll be able to tell which side of the line we feel the best about here in the early part of the season, that being the right side of the offensive line, which, remember, with the left-handed quarterback is going to be the blind side this year, where traditionally that's the left side when you got a right-hander at quarterback.
Yeah, I do like that element of it. I do like the fact that your best pass protector a year ago is going to be on this side of the line.
Maybe that's what's factoring into that decision, is to make sure that side of the line is stronger because you've got a lefty at QB.
Could be. It could certainly be that. I think that it's probably playing into it. But the other thing is that I think they just want to maybe take a little bit of the responsibility off of his plate and allow him to grow even more as a run blocker. If he can grow in that area and really build upon what he did last year, then I think you've got one of the better offensive linemen in this conference. This was a guy that was one of the few names that was submitted for you to vote on for preseason All-ACC honors. And I think there's a chance that he ends up there at season's end if you base it off of the numbers that he had last year. And I would think that he will be able to put up similar numbers this year. I feel pretty confident about that, considering that he is going to be matching up against defensive tackles, the same guys that he was matching up against last year. I think he's destined for another big year for Carolina there, and I feel really good about that right guard position.